The world is on edge after an unprecedented event at the Panama Canal, a crisis that has sent shockwaves through global trade. But what's even more alarming? Elon Musk, the visionary billionaire behind Tesla and SpaceX, has just broken his silence, hinting that something far more sinister is at play. Why would a man obsessed with Mars, AI, and the future of humanity be concerned about a shipping route in Central America? The answer might change everything we thought we knew. What exactly is happening at the Panama Canal, and why is Musk sounding the alarm? The Panama Canal, one of the most vital waterways on Earth, has just experienced a shocking event that has left the world reeling. But what's even more surprising? Elon Musk, the billionaire CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink, has broken his silence on the matter, hinting that this crisis is far bigger than anyone realizes. Why would a man focused on colonizing Mars, advancing AI, and building futuristic technologies be concerned about a waterway in Central America? The answer might be more shocking than we ever imagined. For over a century, the Panama Canal has been a cornerstone of global trade, allowing ships to pass between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans without the arduous journey around South America. Over 14,000 ships traverse the canal each year, carrying nearly 6% of the world's trade. But something unprecedented has just happened, and Musk's cryptic comments suggest that this is no ordinary crisis. What exactly is going on at the Panama Canal? And why is Elon Musk sounding the alarm? For months, reports have been emerging that the Panama Canal is facing a crisis unlike anything it has seen before. Officially, the main issue is drought. The canal relies on a series of artificial lakes to provide the water needed to operate its locks. However, recent climate conditions have led to drastically lower water levels. Ships are now forced to carry less cargo to reduce their weight. Traffic jams are building up as fewer vessels are allowed through each day, and the cost of shipping is skyrocketing. Companies are being forced to find alternate routes, severely disrupting global trade and sending shockwaves through the global economy. But Elon Musk's recent comments suggest that there's more to this story than meets the eye. When Musk tweeted, "What just happened to the Panama Canal shocked the whole world. There's more to this than meets the eye," it immediately caught the attention of millions. What does he know that we don't? Is this about more than just climate change? Could this be a cover-up for something much bigger? Elon Musk is no stranger to making bold predictions and sharing insights that others might overlook. With his deep knowledge of technology, access to cutting-edge data, and connections to high-level government and military intelligence, Musk often seems to have a finger on the pulse of global events before they unfold. So when he speaks, people listen. Musk's tweet about the Panama Canal has sparked a flurry of speculation. Is he hinting at a hidden natural disaster, a cyber attack, a geopolitical power play, or even a groundbreaking archaeological discovery? Let's dive into the most plausible theories behind Musk's cryptic warning. The dream of a canal connecting the two oceans had existed for centuries. After a failed attempt by the French in the late 1800s, thanks to tropical diseases and poor planning, the United States stepped in under President Theodore Roosevelt. After spending $287 million and losing a staggering 22,000 lives, the French abandoned the project. The TED-Ed video? Demolition, Disease, and Death. Building the Panama Canal, narrated by Alex Gendler, explains. The United States had been considering building a canal through Nicaragua, but at this point, the chance to succeed where France failed was tempting. By 1914, the canal was up and running, becoming a key symbol of American ingenuity and power. For nearly a century, it was controlled by the U.S., with American workers and military bases stationed in the area to protect it. One possibility is that Musk is referring to a geological or environmental event that hasn't been fully disclosed to the public. The Panama Canal sits near the boundary of two major tectonic plates, making it susceptible to seismic activity. While Panama isn't as well known for earthquakes as California or Japan, there have been whispers of increased seismic activity in the region. The Panama Canal is still a crucial trade route, handling around 6% of global maritime trade and 40% of U.S. trade. However, the canal faces growing challenges. First off, there's climate change. Severe droughts have reduced water levels, limiting the number of ships that can pass through. Secondly, there's economic competition. The rise of larger shipping routes like China's Belt and Road Initiative threatens its dominance. Then lastly, there are the geopolitical tensions that have been making headlines lately. Some U.S. politicians, namely President Donald Trump, argue that China has growing influence in the region, sparking security concerns. Here's where things get interesting, to say the least. Trump suggested that the U.S. should regain control of the Panama Canal, but could that actually happen? The short answer is, not legally, and not without a major international crisis. Panama is a sovereign nation, and the U.S. gave up its claim through binding treaties back in the 70s. Any attempt to take control would require either Panama's consent, unlikely, or an act of aggression, unthinkable. That said, Trump's rhetoric does highlight a broader concern: China's growing influence in the canal zone, including its investments in nearby ports and infrastructure. So why does this matter to you and me? More than most of us might think. The canal's efficiency directly affects the cost of goods you buy, from electronics to coffee. And as the climate crisis worsens, global trade disruptions could become the new normal. The Panama Canal isn't about history in days gone by. It's about the future. And right now, its future is uncertain. Could the canal be at risk of an earthquake or volcanic eruption? Some experts fear that underground shifts could be weakening the canal's infrastructure, and the government isn't telling the world the full truth. If Musk is hinting at a massive impending disaster, this could be far worse than anyone imagines. A catastrophic event could render the canal inoperable for years, crippling global trade and causing economic chaos. Elon Musk has been vocal about the risks of cyber warfare. As the CEO of SpaceX, Tesla, and Starlink, he has access to advanced data networks and cybersecurity intelligence that most world leaders don't even understand. What if Musk is warning us about a cyber attack that has compromised the operations of the Panama Canal? In recent years, there have been multiple cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, from the Colonial Pipeline attack in the U.S. to hacks on shipping companies and port facilities. If hackers have found a way to manipulate the canal's control systems, they could effectively shut down global trade without firing a single bullet. Could Musk be hinting that a rogue nation or cyber terrorist group has just pulled off an attack that no one saw coming? If true, this would be a major act of war, and world governments would be scrambling to respond. The Panama Canal has always been a point of geopolitical tension. Originally built by the U.S., control of the canal was handed over to Panama in 1999. However, many believe that major world powers never truly gave up their influence. Musk has been critical of China's growing dominance in global trade, and interestingly, China has been making significant investments in Panama. Some analysts believe that China is quietly gaining control of key shipping routes, not just in Panama, but across the world. What if Musk is warning us about a secret takeover? If China, Russia, or another powerful nation is manipulating access to the canal, it could shift the balance of global trade and force the U.S. and its allies into a dangerous economic war. While most of Musk's businesses focus on the future, he's also fascinated by history, lost civilizations, and unexplained discoveries. Some researchers believe that the land beneath the Panama Canal holds secrets that have been hidden for thousands of years. Strange underwater formations have been discovered near the canal, some resembling ancient ruins or unexplained structures. Satellite imaging has detected unusual patterns beneath the surface, suggesting that something massive may be buried deep underground. What if Musk is hinting at a new discovery that has been kept hidden from the public? Could this be evidence of a lost civilization, or even a technological anomaly not of this world? Musk has frequently commented on the mysteries of history, ancient technology, and extraterrestrial life. Could he be dropping hints that something unbelievable has just been uncovered? Regardless of the real reason behind Musk's warning, one thing is certain. Something huge just happened at the Panama Canal, and the world is watching closely. The canal is at the center of global trade, world politics, and possibly even a hidden mystery that's just now being revealed. If this crisis continues, global markets will suffer massive economic losses. Shipping companies will be forced to reroute, increasing costs for everything from food to electronics, and geopolitical tensions between the world's superpowers will escalate. If Musk is right, if there's more to this than we're being told, then we may be on the brink of a world-changing revelation. The real question is, what did Elon Musk really mean when he said this would shock the world? Is this just a temporary crisis? Or are we standing on the edge of something much bigger than we ever imagined? Musk isn't just a tech billionaire. He's a visionary with deep connections to global infrastructure, defense systems, and government intelligence. Here's why Musk might have inside knowledge about what's happening in Panama. 1. Starlink and satellite monitoring. Musk's SpaceX. Starlink satellites provide real-time Earth monitoring. If there's seismic activity, a cyber attack, or unusual engineering work in Panama, Musk could see it before anyone else. 2. Ties to global trade and supply chains. Musk's businesses heavily depend on global shipping. If something threatens the world's supply chain, Musk would know before most world leaders. 3. Government and military contracts. Musk works closely with the U.S. government, NASA, and military agencies. If the U.S. military is involved in a secret operation in Panama, Musk may have been briefed on it. The Panama Canal isn't just a waterway. It's the lifeline of global trade. 6% of all global trade passes through its locks, with $270 billion worth of goods traveling through it annually. More than 40% of U.S. container traffic relies on this passage. If the canal shuts down or is severely disrupted, it would send shockwaves through the global economy. The crisis has already led to skyrocketing shipping costs, product shortages, and geopolitical tensions. But Musk's warning suggests something far bigger is at play. Whether it's a natural disaster, a cyber attack, a geopolitical power play, or a groundbreaking discovery, the implications of this crisis could reshape the world as we know it. Elon Musk's tweet was short, cryptic, and urgent. He isn't one to make random claims, and when he speaks out, it means something. If Musk is hinting at a global event that we're not prepared for, we need to pay attention. The Panama Canal crisis is more than just a shipping problem. It's a warning sign of deeper, more complex forces at work. So, the final question is, what is really happening at the Panama Canal, and why is Musk trying to warn us before it's too late? One thing is for sure, we haven't heard the last of this story. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher.